Well, welcome everybody really to Abergavenny. I really hope you're going to have a fantastic couple of days. I assume everybody is staying for the weekend. I shall be wandering around myself and really very happy to have a chat and get some feedback. Which in a way brings me on to my talk this morning. I am not going to overrun the minister. I'm told that's a real major faux pas, so I'm going to make sure I stick to my brief. 10 minutes I got, I think. First of all, the I word. Let's go with the I word, interactive word. I can't stay all day. I really apologize. My pitch to the team is we've got 40,000 people turning up tomorrow so for a party. So it's a bit of a stressful day for us. But so far, so good. If anybody has any skills of sun dances and all the rest of it, we welcome that. It'd be fabulous. So interactive now, if you like. Ask me from the floor whenever you like when I go into my story. And then there are two other key words, really, in my mind, that the festival has been tackling over the past 2 years, 3 years, really, 4 years even. Well, actually a long time. It's the E word. And the E word is the engagement word. And that's engaging with its audience, with its customers, with its clients, with its people, with whoever. And it's hard. It's really hard. When I came to the festival a few years ago, my background, I worked for Reuters for almost 30 years, and our whole existence was engagement in all sorts of ways. And it seemed to me if there's one thing I could bring, and the Food Festival team is a very highly skilled team. It's an amazing team. I'm always promoting that somebody should do some sort of PhD work on this team because of why it works and how it works. It's quite remarkable. But anyway, I brought something to it, and what I tried to bring to it was this idea that we could communicate with people 365 days of the year. Rather than this big party on one weekend in September, our whole focus was that engagement. And the other word is the D word, the distinctiveness word. I'd say this, and apologies if you've heard it before, but I really mean it, and I'm not showing off. I've lived in lots of places. I've lived in Hong Kong, Istanbul, Sweden, Oslo, Nairobi, Amsterdam, blah, blah, yeah? Lots and lots of places. They're lovely places. But do you know what we got here is fabulous. It is absolutely fabulous. And I bring lots of people down, my friends from all those places. They all, I tell them I'm from Newport, and they all have a laugh, and, Steel Town, all that sort of stuff, and they give me a hard time, and I give them a hard time back. And then they finally come to see me, they go, oh, South Wales, the Valleys boys, and all this sort of stuff, and I have a good joke with them. And they come to see me, and they see this area, and they are absolutely enthralled, And not in some Cotswoldy twee sort of way. Sorry, there's somebody from the Cotswolds, I love them too. But in a real way, this fantastic environment, this fantastic industrial heritage. I force my kids to go down the mine every 4 years just to remind them of what that environment was like, and they love it as well. I don't really force them, but they come anyway. And we go up to Glenavon, and we experience this fantastic environment. And so I've banged on for a long time that we have this really distinctive thing in this part of the world. It happens to be food and farming. Lots of people talk to me also about Abergavenny being a food town. And I'm afraid it's not, actually. It's not a food town. It's a food festival town, and we're trying to make it a food town. We're doing lots of work to try and turn it from just being this weekend and the Christmas event too and a few other events into being an absolute solid food town. Now, lots of issues around that, and I could wax lyrical for a number of hours, actually, on that particular subject at the moment, but yeah, don't want to go there. So my world has been about engagement and really telling the story of distinctiveness. And looking back at the festival, a few things, maybe just a few lessons, and I don't think I'm teaching people anything too great here. These three things here are almost, we have some other bits of collateral, but they're the three bits of collateral, physical collateral that we use. This has been going 3 years. This is the festival guide. And this comes to everybody that comes to the festival this weekend. There'll be 20,000 of these handed out. We started 2 years ago. This is the third. The first one you paid £2.50 for. We sold, I think it was 4,000. And last year's was free. We dished out something like 18,000 of them. And this year's is also free. and we'll dish about, hopefully, 20,000 out of the numbers there. Fantastic medium to just connect with people. I work very closely with the town team, in terms of keeping it tidy, and the Monmouthshire County Council team, who really keep on top of the team. I had a big fear last year with this bit of collateral. I thought, oh God, at the end of the festival, there's going to be a whole pile of these all over the town, and my mate John Griffiths over in the market hall is going to actually give me a hell of a hard time. Didn't see a single one. Didn't see a single one, not even in a bin. So we were really pleased with that, because it just meant that we've just got this medium, this thing here, that tells the story of the weekend, tells some narratives to do with the people who are coming, recipes, all the stall holders. And in my mind, it went, ooh, this is going home. I don't know about your house, but in my house anyway, we have a place where things go, and they go there, and they hang around for quite a while, things that are good. So we're really pleased with that, and we're trying to build on that, because we see this as a key bit of collateral to continue to engage. I hope this hangs around on people's kitchens, and living rooms for a while. The other bits of collateral are really just selling bits of collateral, so I won't go too much to this. These are about the events themselves, and they sort of promote the various talks, walks, forays, masterclasses, tutor tastings, etc. So these are pretty disposable, actually. But these come to life in middle of June, and this comes to life in, now really. And we also have this little twist here, done in collaboration with our friends at Monmouthshire County Council, which is the Fringe event too, which covers everything apart from the foodie stuff, which typically is in here. So they're the bits of collateral. But of course, you know what I'm going to say now. The other key bits of collateral are the virtual ones, and the work we've been trying to do with communicating with people who are interested in this. Now, I always argue, my passion in life is fishing, okay? I'd salmon fish my life away if I could, but I can't. But anyway, it's rather specialist, that, People choose to do it, people choose not to do it. I take people fishing for the first time. I say, you're going to love this, you're going to love this. They have the worst day of their life. They hate it, they're wet, they're cold, their waders leak. But this food business, it's rather special, isn't it? It's no option. It's not optional. You've got to do it. And I think my culture anyway, and I think the culture of Britain, most certainly this part of the country, once you engage in quality food, it's quite difficult to go back to the Heinz hula hoops or whatever they are. It's quite difficult. So it's a fantastic subject. It's a fantastic thing to engage with people. So the virtual world for us was key to begin to collect email addresses, to begin to connect with the community that are interested in our style of food. Yeah, I get my annual call from a couple of the big supermarkets saying, oh, we'd love to sponsor your festival, says Tesco's, and Sainsbury's too this year, actually. And I says, sorry, don't really do that. Now, not that I have anything against them, they're fine. It's not what we do. We are about this high-value, artisan, high-quality story. And so we really connect with that all the time. One of our biggest challenges, actually, and I get beaten up, probably about 2 weeks ago I had my biggest beating up, is from some producers that we're oversubscribed about 4, even 5 to 1 a few years ago, but 4 to 1 at the moment in terms of stalls. I could actually run, I decided, a chutney festival. Anybody's interested? I'm your man, I tell you. I've got more chutneys than I can shake a stick out. And so choosing that quality and getting the right mix that engage people and really give people a fantastic weekend is really important to us. So what have we done? What we've done is we've plugged that whole new world of connectivity. We tweet, we Facebook, we produce the hard collateral, and we do e-newsletters. We have now about 15,000 people who have chosen, we don't spam people, we haven't forced them, who have chosen to connect to us in some shape or form. That's powerful. And they're people who are interested in our space. And so we want to build on that, and we're going to be using that to promote our festival going forward. I mentioned earlier on that we want to change from being a festival weekend to being a story that resonates with people throughout the year. And it's through those media that we're really trying to do that. And we're putting a lot of effort in to not spamming, connecting with people, connecting with these small artisan producers in many cases, so that they tell us our story, or their story, I should say. They tell us their story that allow us to really get out tell their story for them. We don't charge. And you'd be amazed, the number of small artisan producers that we meet, fabulous people, really fabulous product. But there is a real gap in marketing in terms of telling the story, of just getting that story from them, getting the basic collateral from them, good pictures, some good copy, and then distributing it out. So we're doing a lot of work, and we're really trying to connect with that. This year, we have segmented our connection with our community of people who are interested in obviously, meat or vegetarians, and we've also segmented our stall holders as well. And we've just started our new e-newsletters to the stall holders. So we have a channel to them, talk to them. Do you have new products coming up? Are you doing some new things? Do you have a special offer? Because if you do, tell us, and we'll make noise about it. And again, we are connected into 15,000 people that connect to us because they're interested. They could ditch us tomorrow if they wanted to. It's a very easy process, but they don't. They stay connected. So we're really trying to push that story of supporting the stall holders, supporting the producers, and connecting them with their audience. Something which I know for a small business is damn difficult because they don't have the economy of scale that we do. But it's something that we're really pushing. The future for us is there is no master plan, because I'm actually convinced you cannot have a master plan. The e-world, the media world, is moving at such a pace. We only started Twitter 18 months ago. In fact, a good friend and colleague of mine who actually started it is in this room now. And it just got going, and it got a life really rapidly. It was really impressive. And now the conversations that are on Twitter have just gone to another level. Part of our secret there, I have to say, I end up with this conversation a lot. People come to me and they say, "Oh, Kim, Twitter, you know all about that." And I'm an engineer by background, by the way. I'm not even a journo. And I understand how the plumbing works, But what Twitter's about and what these media are about is not the plumbing, it's the content. And so what we have in the festival is a team of people. My good friend and colleague, Martin Orbach, who is one of the founders of the festival. He's the program director. What Martin doesn't know about the food world and the connections he makes is just not worth knowing. He's a very unassuming guy. He's very relaxed. And you end up in a room with Martin, and the conversation goes something like this. "Hey, Martin, I saw Fred a few days ago. Apparently they make the best carrots in the world." He says, yeah, there. Well, he says, his wife used to make the best parsnips, and her brother used to work at Tontclair with Pierre Kaufmann, who also worked with her, and this goes on. And I say to Martin, "I'm your agent, you write the book, I'll sell it for you." He just has fantastic knowledge. And what we've managed to do, and Martin won't mind me saying this, he's a bit of a Luddite. Okay, he doesn't find the plumbing easy. I find the plumbing easy. I tell him what the plumbing is. Martin, press those buttons. But Martin makes the words. Martin creates the content. Martin understands the context. I can scrape around the edges. I'm rubbish. Martin is brilliant. Yeah, he really, really understands that. And so what we've found in this team of Abergavenny Food Festival are a bunch of people with quite different but very complementary skills. And if there's one thing I'd like to think I've done in my time with the Food Festival is to pull this rather disparate team, highly skilled I have to say, into some form of cohesive force. Now that's a lot of luck for me because I walked into this team, I didn't create them I have to say. And so in terms of the future for the festival, and maybe I'll just wrap up on this because I'm overrunning, the future for us most certainly is not giving up on this medium. We're going to continue this. This is very valuable, especially for the audience as it stands today. Really begin to work on the social media, for want of a better word, but it's more than that. And it's all about, we will do anything to maintain our distinctiveness as a festival. We think that's very important, but we will do anything to engage. One final anecdote, my kids get highly embarrassed. Wherever I go, I'm in London, I'm on a train, I end up talking to somebody and I start telling them about the festival. My kids just go into the corner, "Oh God, Dad's on another one," But I engage all the time. It's my passion about if I'm interested in something, I will engage. And the festival is now geared up to continue that engagement with an audience. Final little line, we're looking to go further afield too. One passion I have is engagement beyond the Welsh borders. We've got, actually, this weekend, final little anecdote, I meant to tell you about this earlier, we've got somebody from the Boccaria coming, and they're going to spend a bit of time with us. And we've got somebody from Brindisa, and some people say, well, what the hell are they doing with the Welsh Food Festival, etc. Well, what we're trying to do, we did it last year with the Apulians, is we are going to take some Welsh producers over to the Boccaria. And what we found with the Apulians, when they came to us, and we went to them last year, it was funded actually by the ministry. It was a fantastic event, fantastic engagement again. The produce that we took to Puglia, actually, I promise you, and I'm not being loyal, it was as good as anything that was down there in southern Italy. One difference, every village in Italy, every town in Italy had a similar story, a fantastic cheese, fantastic charcuterie, fantastic all sorts. But what we took down held its own by far. And we want to continue that because we think it's viral, isn't it? You want to get out there, tell your story. If you've got something of quality and distinctiveness, get out there, tell the story. And me and my team are absolutely passionate about that. I'll leave it at that. Thank you very much again. We really appreciate everybody supporting the festival. Really appreciate everybody supporting this event as well. And see you next year. And next year, I'm going to attend proper. And I will, I'll spend the whole day here. Thank you very much.